so delighted to be with you all. I'm an educational psychologist, and just like you, I'm really concerned about our kids. But I think this is the perfect time, if there's a silver lining, to be thoughtful, pragmatic, and look at evidence-based strategies of what we can do to help our kids get through this now as well as later. We're going to be talking about what our children need before and after those school doors open. And I'm going to start by saying that the reason I'm speaking about this is that the bulk of my work is really based on resilient theory. And so let's start by going back just a minute and looking at some profound research by, I think, one of the most brilliant researchers of the world. Her name was Emmy Werner. Now, she grew up during World War II, during horrific times in Europe, and now she wants to know, is there hope for some of these kids who have gone through such horrors, really horrors of war and adversity? And so in 1955, she identifies over 700 children growing up on the island of Kauai. She follows these kids from birth until 40 years of age. They have tracked their mental health. They've tracked their educational background. They've tracked adversity problems. Many of these kids grew up homeless, with poverty, with abuse. But here's the most amazing thing. Halfway through the research, she realized that 1/3 of them were making it. They defied the odds. They were doing quite well. They bounced back. And now Emmy Werner says, why? What's going on? What she discovered is that they had learned protective focusing factors along the way. And that's what I want to talk to you today about, what we can do to help our children. So take out a pencil and a paper. I'm going to be giving you what I consider to be 4 C's that are absolutely critical. Many of your kids may need them. Some of them don't. If you're a parent, you're going to go, which ones does my child need? But we do know that resilient children are made, not born. 4 C's. I've just given you some preliminary little items, but I want you to think about these. The first one is our kids need caring connectors. They need us. There is no better person to make a difference on a child's life in all of resilience than one individual, if not the parent. The second greatest correlation on those lists is always a teacher. The second one is connection. Our children need connection. And I know it's been a tough time, but we need to be a little more creative on how we help kids connect and learn to get along. Third is they need coping skills now more than ever. But don't just teach it as a one lesson. Parent, don't just do it once. Do it over and over again. Put it into your 5 minutes every day. And by the way, that's what we did at Quiet Time. The reason it worked in that Oakland schools is they put in a slot, taking 30 seconds off of each period, and 5 minutes every day. Every single kid in the whole school did Quiet Time. The results were phenomenal. Suspensions went down, behaviors went up, test scores went over the top. It's now mandated in every Oakland school, and we're doing it across the world as a result. Finally, let's cultivate children so that they have cheerful optimism about the world. Those are 4 C's. We really owe it to our kids